George Balecki here with Zach Cox after the Patriots' 33-14 loss to the Chicago Bears in Monday Night Football. And the Pats leave this game with more questions than answers. And Zach, it all starts around what was a bubbling quarterback controversy, now feels like a mess. Mac Jones pulled after 3 drives, the last one ending with an interception thrown by him. Bailey Zappe comes in, leads to success. Offense hits a wall. Where do you read the quarterback situation now for the New England Patriots?
It's bizarre. I was trying to rack my brain while I was watching this game, and it became clear that the plan going into this game was to play 2 quarterbacks. I can't remember a situation where this happened with any NFL team with quarterbacks with comparable skill sets. Yeah, you see some teams go in, they say, oh, we're going to play our passing quarterback and then maybe use our rushing threat quarterback for game plan purposes. I can't remember a team going in and saying, all right, our starting quarterback is mostly healthy. We're going to give him a little bit of work, but we're going to play the backup for most of the game. Maybe we're going to put the starter back in later in the second half. Bill Belichick said that's something the Patriots would have done if the score hadn't gotten out of hand in the fourth quarter. It's just a bizarre and borderline unprecedented situation. And as you mentioned off the top, I feel like we know less about this quarterback situation than we did coming into this game, which is pretty shocking because we knew very little coming in with how mysterious the Patriots were this week. But yeah, who knows where they go from here, honestly.
And even the strength, I mean, we said before the game, we feel like this will be a chalk game for the Patriots. Yep. Run the ball, because the Bears entered tonight allowing 163 rushing yards per game. Well, they shut down Ramondre Stevenson in the backfield. We even saw some of the turnovers questionable. You know, situational football by Matt Patricia still interesting with some of it. Like the fumble was a Jacoby Myers RPO when you have Ramondre in the backfield. But it gets back to Bailey Zappe took over, 2 straight touchdowns. Then the last 5 drives, a fumble, 2 punts, 2 interceptions. What did you see happen for Zappe to hit that wall?
I think it's more about how this Patriots offense is structured with Bailey Zappe, because basically all of Bailey Zappe's last 2 games, the Patriots were playing from ahead, or at least playing from within striking distance, where they still have that full offensive playbook. They can really lean on those play-action plays that Zappe had such great success on against Detroit and against Cleveland. When you're down 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns in the second half, you can't really lean on that play action as much. You got to open it up a little bit more. And for the Patriots, it almost seemed like they just gave up on this game pretty early in the fourth quarter, which was surprising to me as well. They were down, I believe it was 19 points, but you see them huddling, they're running plays. They're just really seem like they kind of packed it in and said, all right, we're moving on to the Jets next week. The overall handling of this game, it felt like a preseason game in some ways, where the Patriots were going to get both quarterbacks some reps. They were really not going to. They're going to try out some stuff. It didn't seem like the way you should approach a game when you're coming off back-to-back wins. You're still in the thick of that playoff picture. You got some very important division games coming up. It's just the Patriots are all over the map from a momentum perspective right now. And again, I keep going back to the point that it's really hard to get a read on this whole situation right now.
And you mentioned, I mean, down 19, over 11 minutes to play, and offensively, like you said, taking their time, huddling up. You would think if they took Bailey Zappe serious as a quarterback candidate, you want to get him those reps. You're playing well behind. They know what you're going to do. They know the Patriots are going to pass the ball. What can you do now, kid? But it seemed like they threw that out the window. That brings it up to Sunday. They're at the Jets, a team that has been rolling, and the Patriots are now dead last in the AFC East. Who's the starting quarterback Sunday?
I think it's Mac Jones. If I had to make a prediction right now, I certainly don't think Bailey Zappe did enough in the second half for me to really look at him as a serious threat to replace Mac Jones permanently this week. I think obviously he did have those 2 drives, the 2 touchdown drives right after he came in. The stadium was going nuts. People were chanting his name, but then it really tailed off after halftime. The Patriots really couldn't do much once they fell into that hole. So I think it's going to be Mac Jones, but even Mac Jones, we asked him after the game, do you expect to start next Sunday? He said, I guess I'll find out next Sunday. And there just seems to be a lot of uncertainty even within the team now. If there's uncertainty because Bill Belichick is trying to sort of keep things secret from his future opponents, which he's done for years, I don't think that's a huge issue. But when you have people in the locker room that really don't know what the plan is, and according to some reports, some Patriots players didn't know the plan at quarterback in this game. They did not expect Bailey Zappe to come in. I think that can be a problem, especially when the result is a loss like this to a team that the Patriots should have beat. They were more than touchdown favorites. The Bears have been terrible all season, and they really took it to them today.
Yeah, simply, I mean, credit to the Bears. They outplayed the Patriots, outcoached them with execution.
We should mention the defense too, because the Patriots were just run over by Justin Fields and this Bears offense in this game. Bears came in averaging 15 points per game. They hung 33 on the Patriots. They scored on 5 consecutive drives in the second half. Was not at all the performance that I was expecting from the Patriots defense, which had really played well in the previous 2 weeks. So that certainly deserves a fair bit of blame here too today.
And it goes into, Matt Judon himself said after the game, it was simple things that they were doing. And especially we saw a lot of Justin Fields running the ball, finish as the leading rusher for the Bears, but it was delayed quarterback draws on third down. And they converted 11 of 18 third down conversions against this defense as well.
A lot of wide open receivers downfield too. It was just an uncharacteristic performance after what we saw the last couple of weeks.
It's amazing the quarterback mess right now makes a 33-14 blowout, and how poor the defense played. Afterthoughts, it feels like, for this team moving forward. But a lot of answers need to be made, and they have a short week to do it to prepare for the Jets in New Jersey on Sunday. All right, for George Bilecki and Zach Cox from Gillette Stadium, that's all from Monday Night Football.